that flooding. Man, North Carolina's had enough of it, so y'all don't need any more flooding either.
No,
I I was
we're
telling
good.
him about Asheville, like our corporate office got demolished, and so we've all been around it, so it's not fun to watch. But
Nathan's not far from Asheville in one of his places, so he knows that area for sure, you know. So yeah, we're I'm in Central, so I'm right in the middle. So I'm 2 hours from the mountains, 2 hours from the beach.
okay.
Hmm, gotcha.
Well, so Aaron is the one who did join my Zoom the other night, so he's the one that I've been communicating back and forth. I was sharing Marty the texts and stuff that you were doing with our three-way chats just to kind of share how we were communicating and everything. So I want to leave it up to you, Marty. What do you want to talk about? What do you think they need to hear about? They have seen like the corporate overview, like what commissions look like, most of them, and if not, they haven't. They can watch it. So we probably don't need to go over all that. Just kind of more like Aaron's ready to build and wants to work, do this big. So,
Well, first of all, y'all, Charmaine is awesome. Okay. She is a bright light, hustles more than anybody, and I'm just always honored to have her on the team and part of it. And she just brings such amazing side of social media, which I am the opposite of whatever Charmaine is. So you get both of us. So it's you get the strengths of both of us. But when I heard about this, I told Charmaine, I said, I love it. The thing I love about this business is it has blessed me and my family's lives more than I could ever imagine. And I'm not kidding you. As I'm jumping on this meeting with you guys, I'm talking to a guy, Steve, Charmaine, no, Steve Mambuka. And then I get a text message from another guy who's blown up. This Michael Matthews on our team is blown up, just talking about how grateful he is for this opportunity, just out of nowhere, getting these texts. And um, I just love this. And so when I hear people, Aaron, like you, and you want to bring people in, I want you guys to know me, to know it's not just Charmaine. You get to lean on all of my years of experience as well. And I honestly, my agenda for today was actually to get to know you guys. More importantly, hopefully for you to get to know me and me to be a resource for you. I was texting another agent today, and I told him, I was like, I meet people where they're at, and I hope to be able to be an influence to meet you where you're at, and then maybe call you up for more when the time is right. And until then, I'm just going to help you with every step of this process along with Charmaine. Whether it's smaller picture or bigger picture, there isn't anything I haven't done here. And I I literally was sitting there pounding down two tacos with my entire wife's family upstairs, nieces and nephews running around. And I told Charmaine, I was like, she goes, "Aren't you going to be on vacation?" I said, "Yeah, but I love to help. I'm the kind of guy that's going to step out of vacation with family, step away from my daughters, my wife, to come spend a few minutes with you guys because it's that important to me. And so I'm excited to have you here. Um, I just want to give you a little bit of my background, and honestly, hopefully, Aaron, Nate, and Daniel, if you're out there, if you have any questions, I really want to be able to field those from my level if I can. But I've been here for 8 years. No background in insurance whatsoever, like 0% background. I had life insurance. That's about the extent of my insurance I had experience. But I owned a small business, a supplement store. So I could bore you to death about vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids if you want. I've got 16 years of that. But I came here because I wanted, we talk about that work-life balance. I realized think what I was really going for was kind of work-life harmony. There's not much of a balance to leaving my family on vacation to talk to you guys. I don't think that sounds like balance, right? Like I'm on vacation with my family, with my daughter, with my wives, and I'm down here with you guys. It doesn't sound like balance, but I can tell you I love doing it because it really is work-life harmony. My wife and I do this business together. She knew I had this meeting. My daughter's like, "How long is it going to be?" And I'm like, "Well, your dad likes to talk." No, I didn't say. I said I'm going to keep it quick because everyone's got time. Um, but that's what I hope most people are striving for. And I love this system because even though I've been here for 8 years, the only advantage I have on you guys is just time. You're going to get the best leads if you want to do that. Listen, you gotta find a Charmaine. I got that over you guys too. I got a Charmaine. That's maybe an advantage I have over you guys. But I love this because it's such an even playing field, and I just want to know what do you want and how fast do you want it, and we'll help you get there. And it's just simply the best copycat wins. And I can tell you the biggest mistake people make is they try to go in here and reinvent the wheel. I was that person. Charmaine is that lady. And once I learned to just copycat this business, I was like, oh, this is what it's like. Stop chasing these little squirrels. We have a lot of cool things here. Let Charmaine and I help keep your world small while we expand and grow this thing because we have a lot of cool stuff. We work with the best of the best in this business. And so we want to be able to get you to where you are. So I'd actually, Aaron and Nate and Daniel, I'd love to hear from you guys. What can we help you do here? What are kind of some of your goals? Because I have no agenda for you. I promise you, Charmaine doesn't. We just want to know what do you guys want, and we'll show you the way to get it here. So, Aaron, can you start us off, man? I'm really curious about you. Like, what you came here to build something, but like, what is the end goal? What can we help you achieve?
Yeah, thanks, and I appreciate you taking time from your family to break bread with us for a minute, and certainly Charmaine putting all this together. Yeah, it's simple. I want to continue to create income that, regardless of where I am, what I'm doing, it's being made. My former wife and my daughter now live in the Dominican Republic. I'm here in North Carolina. My boys are in college, so I need to be where I need to be when I need to be there, unencumbered.
Hmm,
That's what I'm doing.
yeah.
And I have a full-time gig. I'm business development manager for a builder and a mortgage company. I work for CMG Financial, with the fourth largest privately owned lender in the nation. So I'm around a lot of people doing a lot of things all the time. And I watched the other video, and I know you guys are a big player in the mortgage insurance market and all of that. And of course, I know with casualty and property, I talk to people every day. When I say I talk to people every day, I talk to too many people a day from 5:30 in the morning till probably 8 o'clock at night. So having those extra things that I can be able to shuttle this mortgage protection person there, or this debt IRA Roth, whatever, IUL to there before I'm licensed there, but to keep that moving, as well as being able to do my own leads and call on those. But whether I'm sitting here in Chatham County or I'm in Punta Cana or wherever, things are still flowing unencumbered. So that's my goal.
Well, I love that. Aaron, I want to share a short story with you, man, and everybody else. I was been in this business, and it was a couple of years ago. I was on vacation with my family, and at the time, I still had to like run business, and so we're sitting there in the lake. It's a great lake in Arkansas, just gorgeous, spring fed, just beautiful. We're just motoring around in the lake, and I'm getting out of the lake, and we had some agents with us, and it was actually family that are agents. And I was getting out of the lake, and they're like, "Where are you going?" Like, this is vacation time. And I said, "Oh, I'm running up to the cabin. I got some appointments to run. I got 4 hours worth of appointments. I had four appointments in a row." And I was like, are you guys going to run any appointments?" And they said, "No, we don't work on vacation." I said, "Okay, hey, great. Like, I'm not going to force them to do anything." And I sat down, and all four of my appointments showed up. I closed all four of them. All of them got approved instantly, and I made $7,000 on that trip in 4 hours. Now, listen, it's a true story. It's 100% true. Now, most of our appointments don't show, and we don't close all of them. I've been doing this for a while, so I got good at it. But I literally made 7 grand in 4 hours. I went skipping back down to the lake, and they said, "How did it go?" And their jaws dropped. Well, the next year, we're with them. They're actually agent. They built a little bit of an agency. So they're agency owners now, and we're sitting there and we're motoring around in the lake. And I see them get out of the lake, and I said, "Hey, where are you going?" They're like, "We're going to run appointments." And I said, "Awesome, go kill it." They're going up the hill, and they're like, look back. They go, "Wait, aren't you going to run appointments?" And I said, I don't have to anymore. I go, "I built it big enough that I don't have to get out of the lake anymore." And I made 7 grand that week because I built the agency big enough. And I think, Aaron, to your point, both of those work, right? Because 4 hours on vacation, and again, it is a true story. I'm not saying you're going to do that on vacation, but I'm just showing you it's possible. And that's great. Like, man, if you spend a couple hours on vacation, do this
I
business
don't
wherever
take
you want.
vacations. I'm
Yeah, I
always
mean,
working. I'm always closing. I decide when I take a break. I may go to the bongo room and play some drums, but I don't take vacations.
but now I get to, like I said, I get to choose to work on this one. Like, I don't have to meet with you guys. I don't have to run appointments. Back then I did. And this is where the both path of the story. Some people just want to work when they want to work. That's great. Other people want to build something, so they're making money even when they don't work. And then when you get to the level, I actually enjoy what I do. Like, I choose to work on vacations because I want to, because I want to support Charmaine. Aaron, I want to support you. Nate, I want to support you. Daniel, I want to support you. Like, that's where it gets, I had one of my AOs called me, text me, "Hey, I want to connect to you when you get back." I'm like, "It's 3 o'clock. Let's talk now." Like, "Well, I didn't want to interrupt you on vacation." I'm like, "I would have told you no." I would have told you I wouldn't have answered the phone because I'd have been on the beach with. but I wasn't. And I was like, hey, I'm free. I can talk to you for a few minutes. That's not work for me. It's balance. So appreciate that. Nate, what about for you?
Taking a moment to find the mute button. Uh, I'm here with Aaron. That's the simplest answer. We've known each other for a few years now, and he spoke with me about this a little bit and knew I might be interested, knew I would want to hear all about it, and I have faith in his opinion. And also, I watched the other link that was sent out today, and starting to get an idea about how everything works. So I'm very curious. That's how I show up.
Hey, I love it. Love it. Love it. And Daniel, you out there or are you just hanging out? If you don't have to unmute, no,
I'm here. I just got off work and I'm like covered in like grease and everything, so I didn't want to turn my camera
no worries.
on. I'm right with Aaron. So I got my license for life and health like back in February this year, and I was really trying to get into the life insurance business more from like a financial advising kind of position, doing securities and stuff because I also wanted to get my security license. And I really just wanted to get that passive income. I have been in the army and I've done a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I'm exhausted
Mm,
and I'm tired of tired of like always doing a lot of physical labor. And I really wanted to get into the insurance business. I went to college. I got a bachelor's degree. I didn't do nothing with it. I've always been in like a technician and mechanical field, and I just thought that insurance is something that people always need. There's always a need for it, and it's a way to help people and then also transition into something that kind of benefits your family because that's probably the most important thing to me is my family, and I don't like the fact that I don't get to spend a lot of time with them. So that's kind of what interested me to start in this business.
well, we can definitely help you out with that. I appreciate you sharing that, man. It's
And let me say this very quickly. I've known Nate since before we turned 20 years old, or maybe it turned 20.
so like 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You're winning. You're winning. I don't even know how to spell AARP. So yeah, uh, and Nate's just salt of the earth. And I'll just, we know one another's families, kids, and he's definitely, I got three best friends. He's in that realm. So it's that sort of thing. And my friend Daniel. What Daniel didn't tell you is Daniel's a phenomenal videographer, editor, animator. So I have a media company as well, and Daniel has done some of the best video shooting in 4K, 6K, 8K editing, creative. He's such a creative guy. He used to work for WRAL, which is a local TV station here. So he can build a house. He can do, I mean, he's just a very artful, technical, very smart young man. And for the other part of it, he's a great dad. He's a great husband, and he just keeps going and going. And he deserves to be doing something to where all the energy he's putting in life, it's reciprocating that in abundance coming back to him. So, you know,
Mm,
I'll say that about Daniel.
man, thank you for sharing that, man. I love the heart
Thank you,
behind that.
Aaron.
Yeah, that is, two of the people I have in this business are my brother-in-law and my wife's cousin. They're both our agency owners here, and it's, Aaron, similar to you. I wish I'd done it as fast as you, but it took me a little while to start like unapologetically sharing this opportunity. And Charmaine knows I'm still not great on social media. It's just not my strong suit. That's why I surround people that are better than me that do it. But I started being passionate about what this did, and you asked both of them the reason they're here is because of what they believe in me. And so, Aaron, I love hearing that from Nate about this, and it is something that we will not let you down when it comes to support with us. What we do is not easy, but it is a puzzle. And I every like and Aaron, I could hear Aaron, Nate, and Daniel. You guys are all three different people. You're right. You think differently. You got different views, visions, but we can tackle this business from all three perspectives once we figure out what that puzzle is. Whatever that drive, specific motivator, how you perceive the leads and clients, and we dig in. But our scripts work, our leads work. The only thing we need to do is just make sure it works for you, and we'll throw 100 different things at you until one of them is like, okay, that makes sense, and we get this aha moment. If you'll just put in the effort, I had a lady on our call today, and Charmaine was there, and she just goes, "Man, I just feel so supported by everybody." And I loved that. But the reason she felt so supported by everybody is because she reached out. I mean, she messaged me directly. She sent me emails going, "Hey, here's some recordings of the things I've done. I'm so embarrassed by them." Like, she's just she can't figure out what's wrong with her dialing and what she's doing with our scripts, and so she recorded herself and sent it to me in her upline, and we're here to help. And so you're going to feel all the support that you want, but as long as you're allowing us in, and we're not corporate. Charmaine and I are not your boss at all. You got to work for the biggest, baddest boss that exists, and that's yourself. But that's what I love about this business because if you want to take 3 days off, 5 days off, go on vacation, um, I don't care. Like, I go ahead. I mean, I was like, please let us know just so we know you're not dead. We want to support you in it. But it is a great little thing. If Charmaine takes off and goes on vacation and she needs to check out, guess what? You've got me and my entire team supporting you that'll be here. And so we just want to encourage you guys to plug in with that.
So, so some of the nuts and bolts of it is because I'm going to be doing this on a when I say part time, because full-time effort, but sometimes the hours may just not all. But some of the numbers that I heard, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I want these guys to hear this as well, is that on a part-time basis, 15, 20 hours a week, close 6 deals a month. That could be somewhere between 5,700, 6 grand on a conservative. Does that seem accurate?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So then
So
go
Aaron,
ahead.
I
Go
used to
ahead.
say that too. I was here part-time, time-wise, but I was here full-time up here
Yeah,
when I came in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
So
I was
go ahead.
doubling, if not tripling that part-time.
There
But
you go.
I'm a machine. You gotta understand, like, just no one was gonna outwork me, and no one was gonna out ask me. Right? I was
There
gonna
you go.
ask for help more than anybody. Not to say that everybody can do it, but it's possible.
So that I mean that's what I wanted wanted these guys to hear just so that they could manage their own expectations and knowing it's 1099 and knowing that it's not a base or a draw and all that. And that's why I also taught these guys having a little idea as to where they are and where they need where they are and them being able to make decisions based upon that. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
That this might be something good for them because I'd love to see Daniel wean himself from the heavy labor stuff and all that as this gets going and maybe put a goal in that hopefully by the time it gets cold, you don't have to do the hard stuff like that anymore, Daniel. But that also puts the onus on me because I got to hear him pass these tests. So I'm finishing up. I think I got 3 hours and 20 minutes left of my 40 hours, and then I start banging out that test to get the certificate to go sit for the test. So Daniel, I'm trying to commit. I leave for the Dominican Republic July 23rd. I want to take the test before I go because then once I take the test, then I'm set up and our team is flowing. So I don't hate. I like for it to be on my shoulders. It just makes me have to go ahead and knock this out. So that's my direction, Nate and Daniel, just for where I am. And then Nate, the way I met Charmaine is because have my mortgage license, and when you had to take the test, because you didn't have to take the test until after 2008, blah blah blah, I had to take a test. So I knew that I need to study for the test, not spend all these hours learning regulations. So I found a lady who got a great online course for studying for the test and all the bells and whistles that you need to study for the test and all that. Well, I said, let me find that. And that's how I found the exam queen. And then from that, she listed that Charmaine was doing what she was doing. So I was like, anything, I'm going to jump on and get whatever information I can. Jumped on that. And that's what brought me here, just to kind of weave that together for you.
Absolutely, man. Never know how we're gonna run into people in this. I've got 1,000 stories like that with people, but yeah, the pre-test queen, that lady is a beast with her stuff.
She's
So Nate,
amazing.
if you needed to get on that, I would certainly hook you up with that because that's really, and not to cut you off, and you guys definitely give your opinion on this. And Daniel, you've taken the test as well. To me, Nate, you got to do the hours. You're going to be getting the information, but for me, studying for the test, learning the nuance, I got the two laptops up while I'm doing them both. So if that's something you're interested in, if you want to move forward, I'll definitely make sure you get hooked up with that because yeah, the insuranceexamqueen.com, I think is their site. I have it here, but that's
Yeah.
been my go-to for my learning devices and vices for this stuff. So
I don't study well with just reading and like testing like that kind of stuff. So watching her videos, and I've known her for over 15 years. Like we used to work together at USAA, so that's how I know her. But she just presents the information at such an so much easier to understand, like real life stuff versus the stuff that you read in the course. So not all states require it, the courses, which at North Carolina does require it. So unfortunately, you have to do those things, but there are states that don't require it, and so those that don't, I just send them directly to Melissa without even doing Excel or any of those. So, but yeah, we have discount codes and everything, which I can get to you and everything for those.
If you could get those to
Yes,
Nathan, that would be great. And then
absolutely.
Daniel, as soon as I get done, we'll be up and running. So yeah, I'll knock that
As
out
soon as
soon.
he passes that test, Daniel, we'll get you rocking and rolling right under him.
And
I'm ready whenever, man.
I'm gonna knock it out quickly. It just makes me I'm gonna pump through all this all week long so I can set up the test. But I just need to get, you have the practice exam. I want to be getting 85, 90s consistently before feeling comfortable to
I would I
do.
would definitely tell you with the health, there's a lot on the difference between PPOs and HMOs.
Thank you for that. Thank you
Yeah,
for that. Yeah,
that's the health was
whatever you can share with me that I need to get on, definitely, brother. Give me the answer
yeah.
to the test. I am not, and just so you know, I'm not trying to reinvent anything. I create enough stuff in my own Aaron world that in y'all's world, just show me what to do. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Well, you're doing it. I'll tell you that. Like, remember, this is a government exam, so it's a 70 to pass. If you're getting 90s on your like, I got an 89 on my final test because some states will tell you what you get, some they don't. And my upline was like, man, you studied too hard. You only needed a 70. So,
I'll take pass fail all day long. I ain't
yeah.
too proud. Uh,
What I'll encourage to Nate and Daniel though too is like, listen, uh, if there's anybody, the thing that Aaron, what I love about you did is you shared this with people that you would want to do this with. Like, we're not big on like, hey, share this to the world because guess what? We're gonna be working together. Like, I've brought in a lot of people that are not my people,
Mhm.
and I've paid for it dearly just because I'm like, oh, you got a heartbeat, you got a pulse, can you get a license? Come on in. Big mistake, fellas. But if there are people in your life, and Nate, this is for Nate and Daniel, if there are people in your life that you're like, man, I think they could use this. They're tired like I am, or they want an extra 5 grand a month like I do. Send in the videos that you guys saw, and I'll get on with you and talk to them. And Charmaine and I can get hop on there. We're more than happy to help. And the nice thing is I'll help you guys all as a group. I'll help you individually as it's needed, depending on how you're progressing. Because again, some people might want to make 12 sales a month, 15, 20 sales a month, and someone might want to make three. Again, I'll just meet you where you're at with that, and it's a great opportunity. Um, so I'll just shut up and ask any questions from you guys. Anything I could shed some more
oh
light
man,
on?
you're on vacation. Go hang out on vacation. You
Oh
made
no,
your 7 grand.
this is nothing, dude. A couple of minutes with y'all is an easy sacrifice. So, but any
See that
any
you moved to the
questions?
bed. Yeah, I see
No.
that you moved to
Oh, I'm in bed. Don't worry about it. I mean, this is you got to understand. This is where I was on Charmaine. How many
All
is it?
our
Three
morning
years?
meetings, he was
All
in
morning
that
long,
same
I was sitting
spot.
right here. Listen, it's like only one person has come through that door so far, and it was my wife while we were doing this. But I've got 7 nieces and nephews running around. Y'all can't hear it. It's chaos. It's the only room. It's either here or outside. It's too hot outside right now. So no, but
I don't have any more questions. Definitely these guys do. Feel free, guys.
yeah, Nate and Daniel, take advantage of it.
Oh, not to be on the spot or anything. It's all very interesting. I think the flexibility is a huge draw. You know what you're doing. If you're managing your work when you're at home and it's not too much, then this doesn't seem like too much either, right? You know, you're just kind of consistent. Okay, I don't have to work that much on vacation, but I'll take a phone call. And being able to live that way, Charmaine, I listened to your recorded meeting. So I know about all the kids and the dogs, and being available and present with family is a big part of the opportunity here. Learning the ropes, understanding the concepts. Um, Confidence comes from competence, I think. So the more you learn, the more you feel confident, the more that's going to translate to all your leads.
Mhm. Could not have said it any better. Um, be willing to, also, I had this, be willing to be bad at this long enough to get good at it.
when you get into these careers, fellas, I mean, I'm 43. I understand, maybe a little the younger guy here, but I was in my career before this ownership of supplements for 16 years, nonstop. Like I knew how I'm literally the crazy stuff in my head on I was into the herbal stuff. I was into, pro hormone, like the Jose Canseco kind of pro hormones, proteins, valerian root extract, saw palmetto for the prostate. I mean, all of it. I have it all in my head. And to be so competent at something. Like there was no one that anybody could walk in my store can handle it. And I think you guys are all that with your careers. There's like you could throw whatever you want at me, I can handle it. Just have a little bit of that humility that this is new and different. It's going to take some time. And it is always Nate to kind of go, what do you want this to do is going to determine, what you put into it. And for me, I realized having my own business that was a brick and mortar retail store, I liked being the boss. It just didn't really pay me a whole lot of money. I didn't make much. And when that finally started to go down, my daughters are getting a little bit older. My wife is working an incredible corporate job. She's getting raises, she's getting promotions, and she's giving up more and more of her time. All of that, every raise and every promotion cost us dearly, as usually it does with work. And it's going like, oh yeah, I got 2 weeks, paid vacation. I go, what did it cost you? Oh, I got a raise. What did it cost you? Because there's usually something attached to that. And we're just of the few that got tired of paying the cost of it. And that was just my fire and motivation to come in here. And I wanted, see, my path was I wanted to do this full time. I wanted to build an agency. I wanted to be able to be in Florida for a week and be able to do like truly have this to where I can duck down, do a couple Zoom meetings. I probably talked to like 6 agents, probably texted 15 of them just because I really enjoy that. I also spent hours on the beach, hours playing with my daughters today. I get to do it all and make more money than I ever have. I don't have a network. I didn't have this amazing people that I knew and built something really quick. I built this one person at a time, helped the right ones develop into leaders, and now we have 8 different agency owners that are building their own agencies. And it just took time. It wasn't special. I didn't have any hookup. I see some of these stories like, oh, well, you had this huge network, or oh, you had this, and good for them, by the way. They spent a lot of time building those networks. I'm not that person. I'm one person at a time, and I just stay consistent. And it's one lead at a time, it's one client at a time. And I'll kind of leave you, especially Nate, with this. I don't need a lot from you, or this business, not me. This business doesn't need a lot from you, but whatever it is, and hear this, I'm telling you, we're going to talk about this again and again. Whatever it is that you can give to this time-wise, it needs to be consistent. It's the biggest thing that I see with people is they're kind of going, I'm going to do this when it's convenient. And I don't know if you guys know this, but like success isn't looking for you. It's not out there wondering, hey, where's Aaron? Where's Nate? Where's Daniel? But and again, I go, listen, if it's going to be 15 hours a week, it just needs to be consistent, not this is when I'm free to do the business. It's this is the time that I created to be free to do this business. It's the one piece of this that I don't want people to miss is it is this great. You can work as little or as much as you want, but if you want it to be successful, it has to be consistent, even on a lower level. Hope that makes sense. But a lot of people feel like, well, I'm gonna make some dials, I'll buy some leads when I feel like it. Even saying that out loud doesn't even sound right. Right? It's not gonna work. I mean, it's never no one has ever said that and stumbled across, success. But that 15 hours, Aaron's you're asking about that part-time. And if you do that 15 hours consistently, absolutely. Absolutely.
You have to
So
get your reps in. Yeah.
well, and the other part of that is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that even if I'm not licensed in mortgage insurance premium, or I'm sorry, more, I'm thinking my side of it, in mortgage protection insurance, that I can hand that off to someone and still make something on it, right?
So you have to be licensed.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
once I'm licensed.
oh yeah, once you're licensed, absolutely. Yeah. So
Okay.
you run across some of these
I talk to 50 to 100 potential home buyers in a week because we have 10 neighborhoods throughout North Carolina. That's not including the hundreds of other loans I've closed. So, although maybe my calls might be 3 hours in the evening, all day long, all
Mhm.
day long, 24/7, I'm going to have the opportunity to be closing and selling and weaving into my already existing database and people that I'm talking to in real time.
Oh yeah.
And to mention, just to put it all together succinctly, If we find out how things can be in the Dominican Republic, I own a ride share company here in Chatham County. I'm going to be offering the same ride share down in Dominican Republic. I have apps in the app stores. People who download my apps also meet a certain demographic and socioeconomic. I now have a built-in aggregate amount of customers that I can do what? Always advertise to.
Mm.
So although my given hours may be 3 hours a night, what I've already built together in the past 20 years and effort will be 24/7, 365
Yep.
for sure.
Right now, everything we do has to be within the U.S., but state, I mean, if they're in the uni if they're a United States and U.S. citizen and they're in the United States, we can write policies on them. They have to be here. We're
And we'll
not.
get more into those specifics. I just
Yeah,
wanted to say I have a plan.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I have a
And
plan for
and
sure.
once you learn, I think especially all three of you guys, once you learn more about not only what our license allows us to do, but all the contracting, the programs and stuff that Symmetry's created, debt-free life, our what we can do with annuity retirements. We work with the best companies, doing tax-free retirements with IULs. They're awesome. They are complicated. Their mortgage protection is a day or two of work, right? And I say a day or two. You could actually write it right now and it'd be instantly approved. All of our advanced market stuff takes weeks, if not months. And that means you got to nurture it. It means you got to be really expert at what you're doing. And so, to your point, Aaron, you can hand
Like a
those off.
mortgage loan, it sounds like, with a bridge loan and this, that, and the other. So yeah, I get it. It can
Yep.
sometimes take
But
45 days to close.
and those are the things where it's like hand it off to our subject matter expert because you need the expertise because you don't have it yet. You need their time and split the commissions. Give it up, and let somebody get saying, hey, that's money that you got someone else working for you. They're happy to do it. Their expertise. I mean, the two people that do it here that we have are phenomenal.
We do that in the reverse mortgage world. We have a whole reverse mortgage division. Someone comes in. We also have a product called All-in-One, which is a front-end HELOC account sweep thing. I just
Okay.
bring the business in, I refer it there, I get paid on the end of the month. So yeah, I love the rhythm of that.
Well, we get paid every day here, so you'll love it.
Uh,
Yeah. As soon as so that's kind of thing is we write the business, it has to get approved. Some of our stuff approves quickly. Some of the advanced market stuff takes most of our stuff is 3 to 5 days. When we go into our advanced markets, be patient. I'll just leave it at that. But once the client pays their first premium, we're getting our commission, our advanced commission the next day deposited in our account. So I get deposits. I mean, I get deposits every day. As long as the bank's open, I'm making money one way or the other. So that's the cool part is everything we get paid upfront as soon as the client pays their premium. I've written a couple $100,000 of annuities this year, and that's a 5% commission. So one of our subject matter experts wrote about a 200, just I'm rounding up, but around a $250,000 annuity 2 weeks ago. He's going to make about 6,400, and the agent that referred to it is going to make about 6,400 bucks on that one referral on money sitting in an old 401k that's unmanaged. Because Daniel, to your point, it's an old 401k sitting there. There's no financial advisor managing it. That is low-hanging fruit for us to roll into a fixed annuity. Some of our annuities have a 20% front end roll up on them. So that 250, slap 20% on top of it right away. Plus, they have living benefits on there, everything. We make about 5% of any money that we move. Biggest annuity ever written here, and it was not in my team, but it was a $12 million annuity. It's about a $600,000 payday. Now listen, it's a unicorn being ridden by a leprechaun. I was very clear. Charmaine's heard me say this before, but it happened. And it happened off of one of our 50-cent leads. That was 3 years old, had been in five or six other
basically
agents.
saying on a dollar scratch off, someone hit the
Yeah, yeah,
jackpot.
yeah, exactly. But it's you know why? But here's the reason they did hit it is because five or six other agents before them never asked the financial questions that we have people ask. They just didn't do it. And I'm like, well, I'll take even if you're splitting that 300,000 ain't bad. It's a good day. And now we look at 80,000, 100,000, 2, 3, 4, $500,000 ones all day long. But we're not charging the clients anything. You're just handing it over and letting them nurture that, and it's beautiful. It's getting the money moved from the 401k is what it's beating. Apparently, those accounts don't want to give up the money, but they have to. So we legally exchange it over into another retirement account. So, all right.
That's the part I'm looking forward to is learning the nuts and bolts and how the products move and just focus on a couple products Sell those, sell them well. Don't try and be everything to everyone. I call it, you can't be the Cheesecake Factory menu, meaning you can't be everything to everyone. Pick what you're going to do and knock it out the park.
We were just talking about that 2 days ago. That menu, too crazy.
That
That,
menu is crazy. But
yeah.
that's what Marty likes to teach people that anyway in the beginning is you pick a couple carriers you like, learn them well, get great at them, like know the underwriting and all of that at in the beginning, and then you're good to go.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Anything else?
I just
I'm
I
good, baby.
appreciate all the download, the data download.
You bet.
Agreed.
Any questions you have, Nate, I'll send you the information about licensing and stuff so you can kind of look at all that stuff in case you're interested. And
If
Daniel,
either one of you guys want to give me a call, I'm gonna be sitting here studying, getting these last 3 hours out on this, and then so yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Okay, well, get your studying done.
Yeah.
I'm
Get
gonna
it
get
done.
done,
Keep
brother.
Why are you
getting-
on here? Why are you wasting everybody's time on here? So
I know, right?
Well, if you guys, if you got anything, Charmaine knows how to get a hold of me. Here, happy if you got someone you want to bring in, not sure about higher level, just let me know. Got that weird referral of an annuity, and Charmaine knows what she's doing. But yeah, both of our support. Just want you to know that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
We appreciate you both. Thanks, Nate and Daniel. I appreciate you guys as well.
Thank you guys.
You're
very
very
welcome. We'll see you guys
welcome.
soon.
All right,
Bye,
take
guys.
care,
I'll send the
Bye.
recording out, Aaron.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Take care.